Hello guys, happy Easter to everyone, to all my fans, to all my friends and my fellow Christian brothers and sisters. Happy Easter to you. I am back here to tell us more about the baked beans, and to those who do not know what the baked beans is all about, I'm also here to introduce the baked beans to you. The baked beans is an investment platform that pays you 8% of your investment on daily basis. The return of the investment on daily basis is 8%. So the baked beans pays you 8%. So guys, come in here and invest in baked beans and make your money. If you're looking for an investment, a legit investment to do, come to baked beans and do your business. The only risk in this business is when the TVL, the total value locked of the liquidity pool, begins to go down. But right now it's going up, it keeps going up. So if it begins to go down, then the risk is there. So what is a smart contract? What is a DApp? Because baked beans is a smart contract that runs inside the blockchain technology. Then it's also a DApp miner that uses the DeFi protocol. It runs in the DeFi protocol, and we use BNB to invest, and the wallet we use is the MetaMask. So how does it work, and what is all about the smart contract? First of all, let me tell us what a DeFi protocol is. What's a DeFi protocol? In definition, a DeFi protocol, it is a decentralized finance that eliminates the intermediaries by allowing people or merchants and business to conduct financial transactions through emerging technologies. So that gives us a real definition of, this is Google, not me. So let's look at what a smart contract. A smart contract is all about. Now, a smart contract could be a self-executing contract with the terms of the agreement between the buyer and the seller being directly woven into the lines of code. Remember, all these transactions is is within the blockchain. The codes are inside the blockchain, and the codes and the agreement contained therein exist across a distributed, decentralized blockchain network. The code controls the execution, so meaning that nobody controls the execution. The codes, the blockchain controls the execution, and the transactions are trackable and irreversible. They are trackable and irreversible. So in the baked beans, as a smart contract, the transactions are trackable and they are irreversible. So I will track the transactions that are made and that of the baked beans, the total sum of the liquidity in the pool, all the transactions, all the buyers, all the sellers, all the withdrawals. You can see it inside the blockchain using the BSC scan. I will show you all this very fast. Let's look at how the IBM introduced, how he defines a smart contract, so that we can have an in-depth knowledge of what a smart contract is all about. Now he says, what are smart contracts on blockchain? He says a smart contract, look at it here, he said a smart contract are digital contracts stored on a blockchain that are automatically executed when predetermined terms and conditions are met. So when there are terms and conditions between the buyer and the seller, when those terms are met, the blockchain executes the transaction. So who are the buyers? Who are the sellers? But the mediator here is the blockchain. So the sellers are those who developed the system and funded the system. And we also are also an investor. So we are also sellers. We are putting our money in. So those who wrote the codes are the seller. Sorry, those who wrote the code are the seller, and we are the buyer because we are the investors. We are putting our money, and we are also there to make profit. We are also there to make profit. So we are the buyers. Now let's go. Let's see how the IBM defines the smart contract. It says the smart contract is defined. The smart contracts are defined simply as programs stored on a blockchain that runs when the predetermined conditions are met. It says they typically are used to automate the execution of an agreement so that all participants can be immediately certain of the outcome without any intermediaries, involvement, or time locks. They can also automate a workflow and triggering the next actions when conditions are met. So this blockchain helps out in this transaction to enable the buyer and the seller to be to make it a win and win business, so that it won't be a centralized system where someone will come in and you will be asking for withdrawal and the person will not approve the withdrawal. No, it doesn't work like that. Here, the blockchain is there to stand for you as a lawyer. When the developer is not willing to fund you or to pay you or your withdrawals, then as far as you meet up with the codes of the contract, then the blockchain releases your money, and that is why the transaction, your withdrawals are so fast as it takes seconds for you to withdraw in baked beans. So many of us are not aware of the baked beans. I'm telling you about the baked beans. Come in here and make money. So what are the benefits of a smart contract? Let me run this very fast. How the smart contract works. This is IBM, not me. IBM is telling us how the smart contract works. Now, little review of how a smart contract works. Let us know more about the benefit of a smart contract. A smart contract, let's look at the benefits. Number one, speed, efficiency, and accuracy. Once a condition is met, the contract is executed immediately because the smart contracts are digital and automated. There is no paperwork. Did you see it? There is no paperwork to process and no time spent reconciling errors that often results from manual filling in documents. So I don't need to explain much about this. In this kind of business, there is speed, there is efficiency, there is accuracy. Then more benefit here, trust and transparency. You will see everything. I'm going to do the practical work right now. Now, he said trust and transparency. He said because there is no third party involved and because the encrypted records of the transactions are shared across participants, there is no need to question whether information has been altered for personal benefit. So, can the developers alter anything in the smart contract that have been locked inside the blockchain? No. They can audit. They can check to know if the codes are meeting up to standard, if they are running in accordance with how it has been developed. But can they modify anything? No. They cannot modify anything. They cannot change anything there. Not even to their own benefit. They cannot. So the third thing here is benefit is security. The blockchain transaction records are encrypted, which makes them very hard to hack. So are you seeing it? It is very difficult to hack for hackers. Very difficult. So this tells us more about the business we are in, the baked beans. So this is the interface of the baked beans. This is the interface of the baked beans. What we are seeing here at the contract is the total sum of the money that are inside the pool, the TVL, the total value of the lump of the liquidity inside the pool. The total sum of the BNB inside the pool is what you're seeing here. Then the little kringles of BNB you're seeing here is what I use for my gas fee in my rebaking or in my compounding. So it does compounding. Then here is my beans. The beans here refers to miners. So this is the total capital that I have. Then here is where you copy in if you want to bake. I have a video on how you can run the bake. So go and check it out. Then how we rebake. How do we rebake? I also have a video on how and the strategy that we rebake. So if I want to rebake now, or the word rebake means compound, I will just click here and the page will open up for confirmation. Then I click that page. That's all. Then if I want to eat beans, that is to withdraw my profits, I click here, eat beans. Then the withdrawal comes to my MetaMask. The profits that I have here immediately comes to my MetaMask. Mind you, this is just my other account that I can share with the public, but I have a personal account that I have my real money in. Then you can see it is a daily return of 8%. Return of 8%. Then we have our dev fee. Our dev fee is 3%. Our dev fee is 3%. Then here is your referral link. You can copy this and send to your friends and for registration. Then when you refer them, any investment, any amount they invest, you make 12% of the worth of their investment capital in BNB. Then let's go to, we have this is the BSC scan where you can check the whole transactions, you can the transparency about the business, you can click here to do that. We also have the Telegram group where you can join the Telegram group here. Here is the Telegram group and here is the Twitter page of the baked beans investment. So here is their Twitter page, here is their Telegram group, and here is the hash. There is the BSC scan. So let me click the BSC scan. Here is the transparency aspect of the business. You can see the total sum here of the BNB. Look at it. For today, as an asset now, you can see it here, the balance of the total sum of the BNB invested. You can see it for yourself. And the value of the BNB with respect to all this here, you can see it here. I think this is 12,550 million. No, 12,550,544.32. So that is the total value of the pool, and it keeps increasing. So here is the TVL. Each time you hear me talk about TVL, here is the TVL, and this is where you can be checking your TVL or at your smart contract at the interface. It will always be showing you there. So if you go back to my interface now, it will show 30 point something BNB. So then you can also check every other thing here. Here is the transactions. Here is in the blockchain the transactions that are happening inside this BSC scan. Inside this contract, you can check everything. Here you will see a term, it's called the hash egg. The hash egg means rebake. So this person rebake, hash egg, rebake. You can see the wallet of the person who rebakes. Everything is transparent. The time the person did it 33 seconds ago. You can see hash egg,